2025 has been blessed with a ton of incredible games. Titles like Clear Obscure Expedition 33 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 wowed players with their fun gameplay and strong narratives. But among these great games lies one that admittedly has much simpler mechanics: Dispatch. So today on Game Rant, let's talk about how this unique superhero game manages to stand out among so many heavy hitters. Dispatch was made by AdHoc Studio, a game developer formed by multiple veterans from the industry. Many of these veterans came from Telltale Games, which, in case you don't remember, was behind story-focused games like The Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead. As such, Dispatch carries the same energy as those titles. You play as the former hero Robert Robertson III, otherwise known as Mecha Man. The game begins with him searching for the villain, Shroud, who's responsible for killing his father, the man who carried the Mecha Man title before him. However, this mission fails when he's ambushed. He barely manages to escape at the cost of his extremely expensive suit. Since he has no powers, this forces him to quit the superhero gig temporarily. But then he meets fellow hero Blonde Blazer. She offers him a job at the Superhero Dispatch Network, where he's put in charge of Z-Team, a ragtag group of ex-criminals employed to help the city. From here, it's up to you to turn this team of misfits into folks that people can rely on. Like previous Telltale titles, a significant part of the gameplay loop involves making choices that alter the story's trajectory.
No, we can do this the easy way. Fuck.
There, easy way. You're gonna hit me now, right?
Your decisions will determine your relationship with the many characters in the game, and in some cases, their fates. On top of that, you have the dispatching portion. During the work shift, Robert is called up by people around the city who need help. Their problems can range from saving a cat stuck in a tree to stopping a cult from brainwashing innocent individuals. Each mission gives a basic idea of what skills you'll need, and it's up to you to decide which members of Z-Team are best for the job. As you succeed, you can level up your team and collect items to make your job a little easier. Overall, the gameplay loop is nothing to write home about. However, it's strengthened by two core aspects: the game's characters and its storytelling. Dispatch is blessed with a cast that is very hard not to get attached to. As ex-criminals, the members of Z-Team are prone to saying and doing some pretty crazy stuff. Like your first shift pretty much involves all of them roasting you and sometimes each other.
Can we clear the channel, please? There's a lot of overlapping on this.
I saw him in his underwear.
Who? Roberto's son?
I saw him in his underwear.
He back in my...
Each genuinely hilarious, and their unfiltered attitudes make it easy for their personalities to stand out. This is aided by the role the game puts you in. Unlike many other titles, you aren't in the middle of the action. The supporting characters are. This shines a spotlight on them and gives the player no choice but to learn about them. I love this because it gets you to pay more attention to who these guys are, rather than their powers and how they aid the team. However, this could have easily failed if these characters were uninteresting. Thankfully, the dialogue and the voice actors do an amazing job in bringing everyone to life. The line delivery for the cast is so natural. Whether you're talking to Z-Team or your fellow dispatchers, this place feels like a work environment that could actually exist. Well, minus the superpowers. But for all this, I bet you're wondering why AdHoc didn't just make this an animated series. It is all the makings of a great show, so what was the point of turning it into a game? One word: immersion. As Robert, it's your job to whip these ex-cons into shape. So throughout the game, you'll end up building strong connections with your team as their leader. Watching them grow or even fail thanks to your decisions hits way harder than just watching a series about their growth. During my playthrough, when someone made a selfless choice thanks to my guidance, there was a feeling of pride that came with it. However, when one of my choices caused problems for my team or SDN as a whole, I genuinely felt bad, as if I let my coworkers down. I'm sure Dispatch would have been a great series, but this interactive storytelling is what makes it so memorable. It helps build some level of emotional attachment to the characters, and makes me wonder about the different paths the story could have taken. What aids in that feeling is how the credits show how others tackle the story. After each episode, you get a look at the percentage of players who made the same pivotal choices as you. This made me want to replay episodes immediately after beating them, and also showed how common or unique some of my actions were. I'm not sure if AdHoc expected this, but this helped the game immensely on social media. I've seen an abundance of posts talking about these player percentiles, and since the game released 2 new episodes each week, this gave the audience time to get into heated discussions about each other's actions. These debates are actually what got me into the game, and I'm sure they did the same for others. If anything, all this shows that a title can really touch an audience if you give them a reason to care. Nowadays, I feel like there is so much focus on having the best looking graphics and addictive gameplay mechanics, which are still important, but not the be all end all. Dispatch, despite its simple mechanics, makes you care by putting you in an emotional story with characters with, well, character. Not all of them are likable, but the mere fact that AdHoc gave them so much depth adds a ton to the game. Now, the title is sitting at an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam and a mighty score on OpenCritic. In only 10 days, it surpassed 1 million copies sold. And since the season is over, I'm sure its sales will only continue to grow. In an interview with GameIndustry.biz, AdHoc stated that they set a target figure that represented a bull case scenario, which they hope to achieve within 3 years. However, it looks like they're on track to hitting that in 3 months. Now the studio is even thinking about doing another season, though nothing has been confirmed yet. Among all this though, the most interesting thing about this game's success is that it was very hard to pitch. Creative director Nick Herman stated that many investors were skeptical of their idea due to the failures of similar games in the past. However, with this reception, the team proved them all wrong. Here's hoping that 2026 brings us titles with the same level of passion. But until next time, thanks for watching and stay tuned on GameRant.com for more gaming videos just like this one.